introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. This is Breida, and an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On second down, a run with Breida. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at nowhere to escape, and he goes down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
At the 39-yard line. 52's the mic. Drop deep, drop deep. Mike 52, Mike Sunday. All day, baby, all day, all day. Go!
On 2nd and 12, Allen is going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Let's go.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over. right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson, and some space here. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They run here with Singletary. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Singletary. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Well, he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And getting our first update now from Nashville. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. A pass complete here to Conley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, it's complete to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
From the shotgun, Wilson trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, the ball. Check 3, check 3. Pass.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama, then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough. He's compact enough to break those tackles, but I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight.
Right there. 54, Mike. Pick me up. Here we go. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Come to my work.
On first down, Allen finding Knox there, complete.
Here comes the ball.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Allen now on first down. Able to avoid him at the 40. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
From the gun, it's Allen. Then he finds Tyler Kroft. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now T.J. Yeldon. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. On first down. Singletary. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They will run with Singletary. And they'll get this down to the 10. So that one will be accepted.
Let's go, baby.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Motion, motion, pop, pop, pop.
Here's Singletary. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. They'll try and run. Here's Singletary. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will make our score 9-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Rolling to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed.
I don't know about that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Yeldon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Tackles. Check 43. Alert. 56. Middle. 56. Right there. 56. Rip right. Check 31. Check 31.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Dancing to his left. He may try and run. He'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
Mike 56. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong game.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Check 56. Quit talking about it and bring it. Hey, I need one over here. Middle. Come on. Let's go.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, he's going to go for it all. He dropped it. couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Wilson to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And able to find Conley. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. Caught here by Conley. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wilson operating from the gun. And Diggs has it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Motion.
On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They'll try to right side here with Yeldon. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 32.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Wilson. To throw again. Short little throw to Ebron. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here's Wilson. Left side caught by Diggs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now it's Breida. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now this throw caught left side and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw again is Wilson. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work out a little bit more.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On the ground, it's Singletary. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Singletary again, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee, making a full 2-touchdown lead now for the Titans. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Wilson throwing right, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Wilson steps away, and he's going to go down again.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Lock 54. Here we go, G. Gun. Here we go. Out, 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 out. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come, come.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. And an alley to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 13 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That leads us to a first and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Here's Wilson throwing again. He's going to go deep for Cobb. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
56.
They give it off here to the tight end. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down now, Singletary. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 31.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Middle. 61, matchbox lights.
On first down, Singletary. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Singletary. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. They'll run on first down. Singletary, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Operating from the gun. Wilson escaping the pressure right. He's going to go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 23. Now it's Wilson. This is caught, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Conley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that will get him one closer. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now a run with Singletary. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Singletary. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds. And then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
56, 56.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bills, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we